Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Recovery Lab TV. My name is Chris. I'm your coach and sports therapist, and welcome to our Wednesday recovery session. So today is all about recovering the body, the mind, soul, you name it. It's our Wednesday feel-good factor. So if it's your first time, don't forget to hit that little red box at the bottom, subscribe to the channel, be a part of our community. If you've been here before, you'll know. Say hello in the comment section. Don't be a stranger. It's always good to see you. And let me know how you're doing. You know, I like to check in on you guys. One, because I care, and two, I feel it's important. So yeah, say hello. Don't be a stranger. It's nice to know who's here as well. So things you're going to need are potentially a glass of water, maybe a towel if you need it. You're going to need a yoga mat, some yoga blocks if you have them, okay, and a yoga strap if you have that, okay. If you don't have those objects, not to worry. Hopefully you've got a mat, but if you don't, try and get something soft for your flooring, maybe a couple of towels or something. Blocks, if you don't have blocks, okay, you could use a potential foam roller to lean on, just to give you a bit of support. Some raised objects, some cushions, you name it, just to kind of decrease the stretch. Maybe you've had a recent delivery, you've got a spare cardboard box. Nothing that isn't going to support you in a way, okay, so make sure it's sturdy. The straps, however, if you don't have a strap, use a towel. Towel is probably the best option. Same with if you have a dog or a kind of a belt. Okay. Good morning. How are you doing? Not doing the camel today. What? Okay. So with that all being said, hopefully you're all well and having a good morning so far. Okay. Even though in Cardiff the weather is a bit miserable, hopefully you're all nice and warm inside. Okay. Good morning, Brian. Good morning, Tim. Good morning, Claire. Good morning, everybody else involved. Hope you're all okay. So to begin with, what we're going to do, you are either going to grab a seat like so, okay, or you're going to sit on your bum, depending on if you have sore knees, okay. But if you can, stay in this position. It's going to sit down, okay. From there, you're going to gently draw back, okay. You're going to sit there, hands on your laps, nice and gently, okay. You're going to tilt your head down, hold for 2. Come back down, bring your chin to your chest, hold for 2, come back up, turn to the right, hold for 2, and then come right round onto the opposite side and hold for 2. Okay, going back to the middle, coming up, coming back down, back to the middle, to the right, to the opposite side, and again, okay, so up to the top. This time try and tense your jaw if you can. It'll bring your neck muscles up a little. You should feel that stretch a little bit more. Again, down to the bottom. Try and get your chin on your chest. Coming up, this time, guiding your hand. That chin, getting that stretch across. Don't be forceful with it, just gently guide. Good, opposite side. Good, and from there, this time you're going to bring your chin to your chest, you're going to roll it all the way around. And like clockwise fashion, making as big a circle as you possibly can with those neck muscles. Say it one more, then you're going to go the opposite direction. Hopefully you're not too dizzy. Yeah, spinning around. Okay, so slow and steady, focus on the whole movement as you can. That's it. Good, one more. Good. Now, from there, what you're going to do, you're going to hop your knees out, okay? You're going to sit like so. You're going to walk it forward. You're going to take a big deep breath in. You're going to stretch. You're going to hold it for a second.
Okay, from there you're going to breathe out as you lift up your chest, pushing away from the floor, rounding your back. Okay, coming all the way over, down to the floor, pressing up, coming back down, pushing the hips back, sliding up. Okay, and then all the way around, up to the top, all the way back down, and then slide forward. Okay, pause for a second, coming up, rounding the back as best as you can, curving, dropping down, pressing away. Remember to drop the shoulders, don't drop like the neck, extend the neck. Okay, back down again, push back, slide up, big arm span around to the back of the head, squeeze, come back, and slide forward. Big powerful stretch, coming all the way up, around, dropping down, press away. Don't forget to elevate, draw the hips down, and that big stretch on the front of your body. So feel it in the abs, the shoulders, the back potentially. Coming up, whoop, down, up. There we go. Good, we've got one more, okay? Squeeze, back around, sliding it forward. Good, coming up, rounding as much as you can. Down, big press away. Good. From there, gently coming into a box position. What you're going to do, you're going to slide down. You're going to come up all the way around, okay, and swap sides, okay? So it's down. Remember, your palm is up. Adding a bit of rotation to the body. Big reach around. That's it. Nice and steady. Good. One more. From there, what you're going to do, you are going to extend your left leg out to the side. Okay, you're going to bring your right foot just underneath your pelvis. Okay, you're going to bring your arms forward. You're going to draw your hip down, squeezing your bum as best as you can. Okay, then coming up and back, drawing it down as deep as you can, feeling that stretch in the back as you stretch out those arms. Okay, walking those fingers as far forward as possible, and then bring those hips to the heel if you can. You should feel it all up your lats, into your shoulder, and you should feel it into your groin and your glutes as you come up and stretch. Okay, so there. Big deep breath in. Breathing it away as you do. Come up. Again, draw forward. Squeezing your bum as best as you can. So coming back and down. So coming up, breathe it out. Good, big deep breaths. Coming down again, last time. Good, gently coming up. This time, realigning this knee directly underneath the hip, okay? Right. You're gonna have your heel behind you, okay? Just like so. Okay, so it's directly behind, like that. Okay, that leg is out to the side, but the toes are facing forward. It's really important that you do that. Okay, from there, you're gonna slide this side. You're gonna come down, drop the shoulder if you can, and feel that stretch, and then you're gonna come round as far as your body will allow. Big deep breaths all the way through. In through your nose, gently out through your mouth. Good. From there, swapping sides, okay? So, other hands coming in, stretching down as best as you can, and then it's a big rotation around, using that upper back as best as you can. So, one more. Brilliant job. From there, swap in legs if you can. Remember, it's the outside arm first, okay? So, you're dropping down, stretch it best as you can, breathe it away as you go into that rotation. Now, each side's going to be slightly different, depending on flexibility, depending on your body as an individual. So just work with it. Try and push the last 10% each way. Good job, swapping sides, okay? So, deep as you can. Big rotation around. Focus on that breathing, okay, guys? One more. Good. From there, gently bring your knees in a V shape, heels down, hips down, arms walking as far forward as you possibly can. Sink it down as much as you can. Take a big deep breath in. Gently breathing it out. Keeping those hips down, walking those hands a little further forward if you can. Bring them closer together. If you can, you should be able to touch your thumbs together. In an ideal world, arms are locked out, arms are nice and straight, the shoulder joint is feeling stretched. Good. From there, gently bring your hands a little further forward. Knees underneath the hips, okay? Toes facing down. You're going to lift up your hips. You're going to gently draw back as much as you can, trying to bring those heels down to the floor. Draw the knees back. Feel that stretch all up the posterior chain from your heel all the way up to your shoulders. Big deep breaths. Sit nice and gentle, coming down with the hip, drawing it all the way down to the floor, pressing away from the floor as best as you can, extending those arms. Amazing effort, guys. Keep it up. Big deep breaths. It's good. Coming up nice and tall again, stretching the heels down, pressing the chest down towards the floor. Good, again, drawing the hips down towards the floor, extending the shoulders, pressing the chest away. Good, this time you're going to come up, nice and tall. Lift the hips up, draw the heels and knees back and down. Good, bring it down into a press up position, bringing your feet together. This time with your left leg, you're going to draw that knee forward into that position. Okay, you're going to have your hip raised off the floor, but they're going to be level going across. So imagine you've got either cups of water on either side of your hip. You're trying to keep the water in, so you're not trying to wave around. Okay, you're trying to keep that hip up as level as you can. Use those hands, okay? So walking it forward, bringing your chest down as much as possible, stretching those arms out like we've done previously, getting that stretch in those lats, in that back as best as you can. Breathe it away as you feel that stretch, opening up your hips. Amazing effort. So perfect. Big deep breaths. So gently walking it up, breathing it out, coming up nice and tall. Big deep breaths. So from there, walking it forward, placing your left arm forward, your right hand is going to come up and underneath. You're going to drop that shoulder as best as you can as you stretch that left arm up as best as you can. You're going to feel an increase in the stretch in your hip, in those glutes, in the outer thigh. Just try and breathe it out, okay? So really relax. Close your eyes if you like. Breathe it away. Sit nice and steady. Nice and relaxed. Good. From there, gently coming up. Again, walking up nice and tall. Press it away from the floor. Squeezing the lower back. Trying to keep those hips level. Stretching out. From there, you're going to plant your hands. You're going to go into a single leg downward dog, raising the leg that you were just using. So that left leg, pressing it up. Keep your hips level, okay? Try not to rotate. Keep them level. Draw that leg so it's nice and straight. From there, coming into a pressure position. Okay, feet together, swapping sides, bring that right leg forward this time. As you do so, gently walking your hands forward, bring that chest down towards the thigh as much as you can. Arms nice and straight, and then breathe it out. Good, big deep breaths. Nice and easy. So big deep breath in. As you breathe it away, walk it up as tall as you can.
Pressing it away as much as possible. So big deep breaths. Again, coming down. This time, extending that right hand forward, left hand's going to come underneath. You're going to try and drop the shoulder, keeping your hips as level as you can. Feeling that increased stretch in the hip. Big deep breaths as you do so. Good, nice and easy. So big deep breath in. As you breathe it away, gently coming up, nice and tall again, pressing away from the floor. Nice and relaxed. Real good. Walking it forward again. Last time. Bring those hands a thumb width apart from each other as you stretch forward. So gently lifting up slightly. Okay, you're going to come up onto your feet, drawing up as tall as you can. Big deep breaths. Gently coming down into a presser position again. From there, you're going to walk your left leg forward. Okay, you're going to drop your back knee down. You're going to hold that stretch out for a second. Slightly back for you so you can see me. Hold in that position. Trying to draw your hip down, squeeze your bum as much as you possibly can. Okay, so you're getting that stretch on that hip flexor on the back leg. Should be feeling it here on your hip and potentially into your hamstring and your inner thigh. So big, deep breaths, okay? From there, you're going to rotate that inside arm round, holding it at the top, looking towards the hands, getting a sense of balance as you breathe it away. Good, gently coming around like so. From there, dropping that outside forearm down. Okay, you want that elbow in line with the heel, both the toes and the fingers facing forward, okay? Again, this time, placing the hand on the back of the head. You're gonna rotate around again, looking towards the elbow, breathing it away as you draw that chest forward and embrace that stretch.
Good. Gently coming around. This time, if you have the flexibility, you're trying to draw both forearms down, all in line with each other. As you feel that stretch on the thigh, potentially the back, potentially the shoulders. Big deep breaths. Good. Gently coming up, extending those hands. Nice and tall. Keep holding that position for now. And then gently swap in sides. Okay. So draw it forward with that foot. Make sure the heel is in line with the palms of the hand. Make sure your big toes down, separating the toes if you possibly can. And then draw your hip down to get that hip flexor on the back. Super important. Big deep breaths. Stay brave in. As you breathe out, fanning around, looking towards the hand, getting a sense of balance again. Breathing away. So a big deep breath in. Gently breathing it away as you're coming back around. Okay. From there, you're going to drop down that outside arm. Just be aware that some of you aren't going to be as flexible one side compared to the other. You might surprise yourself. You might find it harder. Just take your time with it. Placing that inside arm on the back of the head. Again, rotating around, focusing on that elbow as you open up that chest. Big deep breaths. Good, gently coming around. From there, if you can, keep that foot nice and in line. Drop the elbows down on the floor, making sure those forearms are facing forward. You've got that foot facing forward if you can. And then breathe it out nice and gently as you embrace that stretch. Good job, guys. Keep it up. Focus on your breathing. Allow yourself to relax. Good. Gently coming up nice and tall. From there, you're going to draw that back knee down and back. Take your knees out nice and wide. You're going to sink it down again. Breathing it out as much as you can. Big deep breaths. As you breathe out, you're going to slowly come up into a box shape. Okay, in that box shape, you're going to push away from the floor, separating those shoulder blades. As you do so, squeeze the muscles. So you're kind of really giving it a stretch as best as you possibly can. Good, gently squeeze in the back as much as you can, nice and easy. Taking your time. Again, coming up, all the way. Keep pressing away from the floor. Keep separating. Best as you can. Good. This time, softening the elbows, curving the back as much as you possibly can. Squeezing those back muscles. Good. From there, making sure you're on the mat. You might need potential extra cushion underneath it if you struggle with this one. Okay, you're going to place your hands on your heels. You're going to draw your hips up as much as you can, dropping the head down, stretching out, front of your body, breathing it away. So nice and steady. Keep pushing the hips forward. Feel the stretch on the hip flexors, the quads. Good. Gently lifting up. Coming up nice and tall. Sinking it down nice and flat. Walking it forward. Breathing it away. So big deep breath in. Again, gently sliding up nice and tall. Bringing your hands around the back. Drawing forward. Best as you can. So breathe out. Good. From there, coming down again. How are we feeling so far, guys? We okay? No. Knee like that one clear. That's it. So if you really struggle with this one, okay, on the next one I'm going to show you a variation where you can use your sofa or a chair, a buffet, you name it, something raised to help you, okay? Take the pressure off the back if it's too much for you, depending on the flexibility, depending on how tight you are in front of your body. So coming up nice and tall. For those who are not a fan of this exercise, you're going to come up, you're going to hold onto your sofa, you're going to draw your hips forward, and you're going to keep your head up as opposed to dropping it down, okay? So pushing the hips, so you're trying to get the lengthening of your quad all the way up to the lower abdomen as you stretch out, and you're also going to feel it in your chest, the front of your shoulders, possibly even in towards your bicep. Big deep breaths. Good. From there, sinking it down last time. Good. Breathing it away. From there, spinning around onto your back. I'm going to show you a side-on view from this exercise, okay? It's called an iron cross for those who want to look it up after. It's a brilliant, brilliant stretch. Kind of hits everything in one go, okay? So the main focus on this is your shoulders, okay? Some of you may need your straps for this one, okay? Or a towel to hook your foot up, right? And you'll know what I mean in a minute, okay? So main focus is the shoulders. You're going to glue those shoulders down and you're not going to allow them to move, okay? So bringing this leg up and over, opposite hand, you're going to grab that outer thigh, okay? And you're going to draw over towards the floor, rotating the hip as you do so. And you're going to bring it over as much as you can before this shoulder, the opposite shoulder, the right side, starts coming up. Okay, there's no point in hitting the floor down there and the shoulder being off the floor. You're going to try your best to glue the shoulder down and then lift up as best as you can. Now, as you're holding that stretch there, okay, I want you to, with this hand and this foot, okay, you're going to hold onto the foot. You're going to then draw the shoulder down as you lift up this leg and then draw the bottom leg knee backwards, okay? So you should have a straight line between the knee, hip, and shoulders on the lower leg, okay? This top leg is coming up. So if I show you from this angle, okay, it's there and here, okay? As both of my shoulders are glued onto the floor. Okay, so it's a big stretch. Reaching as much as you can, pulling on that foot and the upper thigh. You should feel it on the outside of your thigh on one leg, on that top leg, quads on the other, and the hip flexor on the lower leg. Bit of your thoracic spine on your upper body and into your shoulders and chest. Big, deep breaths if you can. So pull up a little taller, a little further, if you're able to. Focus on your breathing. In for the nose, out of the mouth. Good. Gently stretching out. From there, you're going to bring yourself up as tall as you can. Point the toes. Okay, your knees are going to be extended and off the floor. Okay, your hands are going to fan around just like so, stretching out as much as you can. You're going to stretch and curve your back, but you're going to keep your hands off the floor as you squeeze those ears. Really lengthen yourself up as much as you can. Big deep breaths in for the nose, out for the mouth. Good. From there, fanning down, back around. Okay, going to draw opposite leg up. Again, main goal is keeping those shoulders down, okay? It's about creating and generating flexibility in the upper trunk, okay? And forcing that mobility into the shoulders, the upper spine, as you stretch out the hip as well, okay? So main focus, those shoulders, hand on the opposite side, drawing over as best as you can, okay? Some of you are going to get further than the last one, some of you aren't, and that's okay. All right, so drawing that bottom leg up. Where's it gone? There it is. And pulling it back as much as you can. Breathe it out, okay? Focus on the breath. Focus on drawing those shoulders down. Focus on the breath. Focus on drawing those shoulders down. Big deep breath. Stay nice and easy. Take your time with it. Relax and breathe. Pull it up a little bit more if you can. Draw it back a little bit more with the bottom leg. Draw those shoulders down a little bit more. Really kind of breathe into it as you're doing so. Good. Gently release. Drawing around again. Flattening that back. Again, you're going to bring your feet together. Bring the knees off the floor, okay, point the toes. You're going to lengthen that body as much as you can as you fan around those arms. stretching out, curving your back so it's off the floor. Big deep breaths. Good, breathing it away. Good, gently fanning around. From there, what you're going to do, you're going to lift up your knees. If you can, you're going to give them a big old hug, wrapping your arms around, draw it in as much as you can. Now, if you struggle, you can just hold it, or if you want, you can wrap around a towel around your legs and draw the towel in as you lift up, kind of around your back and bring your hips into itself. So, big deep breaths. From there, holding on to the outside of your feet, but bringing your hands on the inside of your knees, okay? You're going to extend up. As you do so, you're going to draw the shoulders down and pull down, okay? So it's that little draw back and down like that, okay? You're flattening that back as much as you can and opening up those hips. Big deep breath. Good. From there, draw in, down the left leg, holding on to the right. You're going to tuck in as much as you can. You're going to make sure that our left leg is as straight as possible with the knee and the toes tucked up, facing the ceiling. You're going to lift up the shoulder, trying to get it to the knee if you can. It's going to help recorrect your hip alignment as you hold on to that leg. Good. Lift it a little taller if you can. Good. Gently stretching out. Swap the sides. Again, holding on nice and tightly, drawing it into the body as much as you can, then lifting up that shoulder. Making sure that right leg this time, the toes and the knee are facing upwards. They're tucked up and they're nice and straight as you do so. Good. Gently shake it out. From there, sit it up nice and tall. Bring yourself into the center of your mat. You're going to bring your feet together, slide them in as much as you can, drawing the knees down as much as possible. Big deep breaths. Puffing that chest out. How are you feeling? Hopefully a little bit more flexible and a little more calm. That's what it's about. So a little bit more into your hip if you can. Try and sit up a little bit taller. Big deep breaths. Breathing it away. And shake it out. Have an amazing day, guys. Hope you feel a little bit better for it. Thank you very, very much for joining me today. And yeah, thank you. Have an amazing day. Hope you feel a little bit more flexible, a little bit more mobile, a little bit more relaxed, ready for the rest of the week. Have an amazing one. And I shall see you tomorrow for our upper body prehab, okay? If you need me, drop me a message on social media or on this channel. Use our discussion boards, use the comment sections, you name it, and I'll be there, okay?
If you haven't already, hit that little thumbs up button as a way of paying it forward. Share it, subscribe, be a part of the community. Have an amazing day, and amazing effort by everybody. Thank you so much. Make sure you get a drink and a good meal inside you now, okay? Rehydrate. Spend the rest of the day recovering. If you haven't and you're feeling a little bit tense, now is the perfect time to do some foam rolling. So if you're unsure, go to our foam rolling playlist. There's 3 or 4 videos there that will teach you how and why, and it'll all help in this holistic approach to exercise and training, okay? So have an amazing one. Hope to see you soon. Hopefully I'll see you tomorrow. You take care and have a good one. See you later.